Happiness lies in the ability to find serenity in the face of things we cannot control. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, had an amazing and powerful motto: act as if nothing affects you, and you will become invincible. This thought comes from great thinkers such as Epictetus, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, among others. He carries a profound wisdom that can transform our way of facing challenges and adversities that arise throughout our lives. During the course of our lives, we face many problems that we have to deal with, and this can disturb our peace of mind. We can become restless, anxious, or angry, causing things not to go as expected. Because of this, we damage our relationships and will have to deal with the guilt or regret that comes after inappropriate behavior. It is likely that throughout our life, we will have to apologize several times. Having mastery over yourself is really crucial. It's hard to remain calm and act like nothing affects us. However, the benefits brought by indifference and dominance in the face of life's various circumstances are indispensable. Acting as if nothing affects us does not imply denial of our emotions or callous apathy. Rather, it's about recognizing that most things that happen to us are completely out of our control. And instead of being swept away by the waves of life, we can cultivate an inner fortress that will make us invincible in the face of life's external variables. By adopting this perspective, we begin to understand that our emotions and reactions are determined by our own beliefs and perspectives. If we cling to the idea that certain events or situations are essential to our happiness, we become vulnerable and fragile in the face of life's ever-changing situations. However, if we learn to separate happiness from external circumstances and focus on cultivating an inner virtue, we will become invincible and free in the face of any challenge we face. In this video, I'm going to introduce some benefits of being indifferent to life circumstances. Acceptance and peace of mind. Peace of mind and serenity are two concepts that go hand in Stoicism. Acceptance implies acknowledging and embracing reality as it is, without resistance or internal struggle. This teaches us to let go of expectations and desires that keep us tied to a specific outcome and prevent us from properly enjoying the present moment. By accepting uncontrollable circumstances and events, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and open ourselves to the possibility of finding inner peace. Mental peace, in turn, is the result of acceptance and focus on what is really within our reach. By letting go of preoccupation with the past or the future and focusing on the here and now, we find a tranquility that transcends external situations. Inner peace comes when we learn not to dwell on the thoughts and emotions that trouble us, but to observe them from a distance and allow them to disappear. This allows us to develop an attitude of calm and balance even in the face of the difficulties we face in life. By learning to let go of the uncontrollable and cultivating an attitude of serenity, we are freed from the stress and anxiety that often accompany resistance and attachment. We pave the way for the wisdom that true happiness lies not in changing external circumstances, but in changing our own perspective and attitude towards them. Ultimately, serenity and mental peace lead us to a fuller, more meaningful life filled with harmony and prosperity. Emotional freedom. Emotional freedom is a state in which we do not allow external situations to define our state of mind. As mentioned earlier, to achieve happiness, we find inner strength and stability within our own being. By freeing ourselves from everything external, we become more autonomous and able to make decisions based on reason and wisdom. Cultivating emotional freedom keeps us from being swept away by the constant waves of our emotions. We are not subject to the fluctuations of life, the opinions and actions of others. Instead, we are able to maintain an inner stability that allows us to face challenges with a clear mind. This does not mean that we do not experience emotions, but that we are aware of them and that we can deal with them in healthy and constructive ways. We don't get carried away by emotional impulses or reactivity, but rather know our own judgment and reason to respond in an appropriate and balanced way. By having emotional freedom and freeing ourselves from uncontrolled emotions that arise unexpectedly, we make room to cultivate a healthy emotional life. Having a focus on what is important to us is a fundamental practice in life in general. By recognizing that we cannot control everything and directing our attention to what is within our reach, we eliminate wasted energy on things that may seem unnecessary to ourselves. Rather than worrying about what is beyond our control and focusing on cultivating virtue, nurturing meaningful relationships, and working on our personal goals, we become people with high discipline. This focus on what's important allows us to make the most of all our resources and utilize our skills and talents effectively. By focusing on actions that bring us closer to our personal goals, we make room for a sense of purpose and fulfillment, finding a sense of direction and coherence throughout our lives. Empathy and compassion for others. Emotional indifference in Stoicism does not imply a lack of empathy for others, but rather an attitude of detachment from our emotions and expectations. By letting go of our own desires and needs, we cultivate a greater ability to focus on others and practice genuine compassion. We become better able to offer support, understanding, and comfort to those around us, as our attention and energy are not just focused on our own selfish interests. Emotional indifference in Stoicism allows us to approach others more openly and be more compassionate people. Recognizing the fact that we all face challenges, suffer, and experience emotions, be they negative or positive. By practicing empathy for others from a historical perspective, we connect with the world and recognize that we are all vulnerable and subject to unknown events that we may face in our lives. We become a support, offering solace to those who are going through difficult times. By releasing our emotions and expectations, we can more wisely and compassionately address the needs of others, building deeper, more meaningful and prosperous relationships based on understanding and generosity. We become wiser people by cultivating an unwavering attitude through Stoicism, opening doors to greater wisdom and self-transcendence. This philosophy of life invites us to transcend our individual limitations and expand our consciousness towards a broader connection with the world and the universe itself. As we cultivate our wisdom through Stoicism, we become more aware of our responsibility and the impact of our choices on ourselves and others, on the environment. We become more reflective, considering the long-term consequences of our actions and decisions. We become more complete and aware beings, recognizing our interconnection with the world. We strive to live more authentically and virtuously, making a positive impact on our surroundings, inspiring others, and contributing wisdom to ourselves and others. Also, if we do not adopt a historical attitude of acting with indifference, we can face several disadvantages throughout our daily lives, such as emotional vulnerability, loss of freedom and authenticity, difficulty in making rational decisions, and dependence on external circumstances, among many others. These and many other disadvantages can negatively affect our quality of life in a significant way. To find lasting peace and happiness, although it is difficult to make any changes, always remember that everything is a gradual process. In the same way, maintaining a change for a long time, we can always have relapses, but we must never forget to get up and move forward without giving up. Did this video help you understand a little more about Stoicism? I look forward to hearing from you in the comments.